You've got your digital product idea, you've designed your lead magnet, aka freebie, but where do you actually put it so that people can download it? Today, I'm showing you how to build your complete freebie funnel in System.io. This consists of your opt-in page, a thank you page, and automatic delivery all in one place. Now let's build it together. Welcome back to Simple Digital Product Tools 101, my series where I teach beginners the only 3 tools you need to turn your knowledge into income. No tech overwhelm, no expensive software, just ChatGPT for ideas, Canva for design, and System.io for sales and delivery. I'm Keela, and this is episode 6. In episodes 1 to 5, we covered the foundations: ChatGPT for ideas, Canva for design, and System.io setup. Now it's time to build. Today, we're creating your freebie funnel, the system that collects email addresses and automatically delivers your freebie. By the end of this video, you'll have a working funnel, ready to test, ready to share. Now let's build it together. So what is a freebie funnel, also known as a lead magnet funnel? A freebie funnel has 2 pages, an opt-in page and a thank you page. Your opt-in page is where people enter their email address to get your freebie. Your thank you page is where they download it, and System.io delivers it automatically. This is how you build your email list, which is why it's also called a lead magnet. And this is how you get to sell your products later. But first, let's talk about your domain. This is important. When you create a funnel in System.io, you need a URL where people can access it. You have 2 options. Option 1. Use System.io's free subdomain. System.io gives you a free subdomain that you can customize as shown in the settings walkthrough section of video 5. You can customize it to reflect your name, business name, or product name. This option is completely free and works perfectly fine. It's great when you're just starting out and want to test your funnel without any upfront costs. The only downside? It doesn't look as professional as having your own custom domain. If you're using System.io's free subdomain, you're all set. System.io automatically sets this up for you. No verification needed. You can skip ahead to designing your opt-in page. Then we have option 2. Use a custom domain. If you want your funnel to look more professional and branded, you can use a custom domain like your name, your business name, or your product name. But this does cost money. Here are some suggestions on where to buy a custom domain: GoDaddy.com or Namecheap.com. Once you've purchased your domain, you'll need to connect it to System.io. Let me show you how. The link with instructions is also in the description. We'll start by logging into your System.io account and clicking on Settings below your profile icon in the top right corner. Then we'll click on Custom Domains and click on Add Domain in the top right corner. Enter your domain name, including the www, and then click Save. If you see here, System.io actually has a link here where you can read the article on how to set up your custom domain. That's the same link I have in the description. Once you've entered your name, it will appear here on this list. This is the free subdomain that System.io gave me that I customized, and this is a custom domain that I purchased. System.io will give you DNS records that you need to add to your domain settings. This sounds technical, but it's actually just copy and pasting some information into your domain provider's website. Here's the step-by-step. If you click here where it says Instructions, you'll find the DNS configurations for your domain. You'll see CNAME records. What you then need to do is to log into your domain provider, which is Namecheap if you purchase it from there, or GoDaddy, wherever you bought your domain. Find the DNS settings section. This is usually on the domain management or DNS settings or managed domain. Every provider is slightly different, but they all have a DNS section. You then add and save the DNS records System.io gave you. If you're not able to follow these instructions, contact your domain provider. They will be more than happy to assist you with updating your records. It is important to note that DNS changes can take anywhere from 10 minutes to 48 hours to process. Once your domain is verified, you'll see a green check mark next to it in system.io. That means your custom domain is connected and ready to use. Now, when you create your funnels in system.io, you can choose to use your custom domain instead of the free subdomain. My recommendation, if you're just starting out and want to test your funnel quickly, you can use the free system.io subdomain for now. You can always switch to a custom domain later. If you want to look more professional from day one and you have the budget, invest in a custom domain. It will make a difference in credibility. Either way, you can build a successful funnel. The domain is just packaging. Your content and your offer are what really matter. Whether you're using the free subdomain or custom domain, you're ready to design your opt-in page. Let's do that now. We start by clicking on Sites in the top menu and then Sales Funnels. Now click on Create in the top right corner. Name your funnel. I'm calling mine Simple Digital Product Starter Kit. You can name yours whatever your lead magnet or freebie is called. Next, select your funnel domain from the drop-down menu. I'm going to use my custom domain. Then choose your funnel goal, which in this case is to build an audience. We're collecting email addresses to build your email list, so we select there. Now, you don't need to select a currency for this funnel since you won't be selling a product, but you can select it if you choose to. Then click Save. Funnel has been successfully created. To access your funnel, you're going to click on the name of the funnel you just created. You'll see two pages here on the left, the opt-in page and the thank you page. We're going to customize both. If for some reason both pages aren't in the left sidebar, you're going to click on Add Step at the bottom here. You're going to name the funnel step. So let's say the opt-in page wasn't there. We'll just put opt-in here. And then from the type, you click on the drop-down menu and you scroll through and look for the page. As you can see here, it says opt-in page here. So you would just click on that and then click Save. But it's already there, so we can click out of this. Now on the right here, you'll see a list of templates. You're going to scroll through them and look for one that's close to the layout you need for your freebie so that you won't have to make too many changes. If you see a template that looks close to what you want and you want to preview it before selecting it, you just hover over it, click Preview Template. It will open in a new window, and then you can actually see the entire template. This has a lot more than what we need, but the top section is perfect, so I'm going to go with this template. So you would click Select. Now it's time to customize the opt-in page. We'll start by giving it a name. I'll name mine Starter Kit Opt-in Page. Now for the URL path extension, I'll change this to Starter Kit. It looks more professional than having those numbers there. But you could also use opt-in as your URL path extension. When done, you're going to go to the right here and click Edit Page. This opens System.io's Page Builder. This is where you'll set your fonts, colors, language if necessary, and add any images. On the left here, you'll see all of your elements that you can add to your page. And on the right, you see the page that we're editing. You can customize, modify, add, and remove any element you want. Pages are created with sections. So this is a section here. Inside the sections, we find rows, and inside the rows, we find elements. When you click on an element, you will see the settings for that particular element by clicking on the gear icon there. Each one has different options. The options will appear here on the left. First, let's change the headline. So you're going to click on the default headline, which is here, and replace it with yours. For mine, I'm going to type, get 3 tools you need to create your digital product. Your headline should tell people what they're getting and why they need it. Now for the subheadline. This explains the benefit. This is the subheadline here. Mine will say, learn how to use ChatGPT, Canva, and system.io. Turn your knowledge into income. Next, we have the form. This only has a field for the email address, so we have to add one for their name. To do this, you select the element and you click here to duplicate it. Now you see we have 2. So now we need to customize this one so that we can have the first name. So you click on the gear icon, and there's a field here that says input type. We're going to change this to first name. Now it says first name. We can delete this here. As it already says first name there and email there, so they know what to put where. But we need to have some space in between here. So let's go here and we can increase the margin. There you go. So now we have some space in between the 2 fields. Now we need to customize the button. Click on the button text and change it. So you select the button, you go to the settings, and you scroll down where it says typography button text. Mine will say, get my free guide. You should make your button text action oriented. And we need to make sure that the setting at the top where it says action when button click says submit form. You do have other options, but this would be the best option because you want to have the information submitted so that it's saved in system.io. And an important step to note here as well is that it says, do you want to redirect users after contact registration? And what we want to do is to have them go to the next step, which would be the thank you page. So that stays as is there. Now, if you wanted to add an image, like a mock-up of your freebie, there's already an image here, so we just have to replace this. So you click on settings, and you can just hit the X to delete the existing image, and then include your image. So you can drag a file to upload it, click to upload it, or I think I already have an image here. I'll just use this one for now. Click insert. There you go. Last, let's customize your colors. You can click on elements and change the color to match your brand. I'm using teal and purple to match my brand colors. So we can change the background color here for the section. Let's try, this is actually an image, so we'll delete the image. And then let's try this for the background color. There you go, that pops nicely. And for the text, we actually should have changed that text to reflect the text for your brand. You can keep it if you don't, but I highly suggest you have the same branding across all of your products. So for the text, I would go to the settings. Font type. And coincidentally, it already had my font there, but this is what you do. You click on Google Fonts, or if you have a custom font, you can click Custom Font and then upload your font. But if it's a Google font, you can select Google Font and then go to the list here to select your font. But it already has my font, which is Montserrat. Let's make that semi-bold. So that's what you would do if you wanted to change the font. So we change the colors and we change the font. Now let's delete the elements we don't need and add a privacy policy so that they will know how you'll be handling the information you're collecting. This can be really simple, and ChatGPT can help you write it. But let's delete the elements we don't need first. First, we will delete this navigation bar as we want them to stay on this page and provide their information. We don't want them navigating away. This section here actually has an image here that you could replace for your logo if you have a company logo. So you would just X that out. And if you had a logo for your company, I guess I can just use this for now. Your logo would go there, and then you can resize it here. Let's scroll down and delete the other elements that we don't need, so we can actually delete that whole section. You want to keep it as simple as possible because you're collecting email addresses, so you just want them to come in and give you their email address and then move on to the next step. Okay, so for the privacy policy, what we will do is go to Elements, scroll to the bottom of the list, and then where it says Other, we click on Menu, and you see the menu pops up here. So we're going to go to the Settings, and then we're going to change the name. So where it says Home, we're now going to replace it with Privacy Policy. Now here it says Link. In my particular case, I have my privacy policy stored in system.io. So what I would have to do is go and get the link. See, it says site policies here, so I'll go here. I have it as a funnel step, and I'll just copy the link and paste it here. So that way, when anyone clicks on my privacy policy, it will take them to what is stored in system.io. You also have the option of creating your privacy policy page in Canva or Google Doc and then put in that link here. But I think it's just so much cleaner to have everything in one place and keep it in system.io. So we're going to delete the contact. We don't want that. We can make the font size smaller. We can change the color. And we can change the positioning so that it's on the right if you'd like. And then, of course, we would delete all these different elements here because they're not needed. And of course, we probably want to change that color here or remove the color altogether. You go to the settings. Oh, it's an image, so we actually just delete the image. But now our privacy policy, the text was white, so we have to go back now and change that. And there you have it. Your opt-in page is complete. So now that your opt-in page is complete, it's important to preview it to see how it looks on desktop and mobile versions. Make sure everything is readable and aligned. If you need to make any adjustments to the mobile version, you should make those revisions in the mobile view. So to see the desktop version, you click on this play button here. It opens a new window and it shows you what your page looks like. To access the mobile version, you click on this icon here that looks like a phone. And then you can scroll through. It shows you what it looked like for someone who's seeing it on the mobile version. You can actually customize anything you need from here as well. So you see like here where there's no space there. If you wanted to add space, we would make the edit in the mobile version because it was fine in the desktop version. So you just click the settings and then you just go and add a margin so that you have some space. See how easy that was? And then you click to go back to the desktop version. And once you're done and you're happy, you click save and then exit page, and we're back to our funnel. Now, designing an opt-in page that actually converts, that's about more than just looking pretty. It's about knowing what messaging resonates with your audience. That's where Digital Product Launch Formula comes in. Digital Product Launch Formula teaches you how to create freebies people actually want. The free training is linked below if you want to level up your strategy. Now let's set up your thank you page. It's the same process as the opt-in page. You start by selecting thank you page from your funnel list here on the left. And we're going to scroll through to find a template. Let's preview this one. Nice and simple. This looks like it will work. Great. So let's select this. Now you can name your thank you page as well. So you can also say, I'll put mine as start kit thank you page. And change the URL extension from these numbers and letters. And I'll just say thank you. And then click edit page. And we're in. So the first thing we're going to do is to remove the navigation here at the top, because as we said before, we don't want them navigating away from the page. And this says here, thank you for reaching out. I'll change mine to success. Your free guide is ready. Now for this one, it has the font as Laura, but my font is Montserrat. So I just go here, select Google Fonts, and then select my font there. If I wanted to put it in bold or semi-bold, I'll go there to make it bold. If I wanted to change the size, this is where I change the size. And that's that. I'll delete this text here because I don't need that. And I'll also delete this image here because I don't want that. But if you'd like, you can always replace it with an image of yourself. So you go to the settings and delete that image, and then you can upload an image of yourself. It's up to you based on how you want your page to look. That actually looks pretty good there, so I'll leave that there. Now the next thing we're going to do is your download button. So we go and click on Elements, scroll through. Here it says button. You drag it just below there. It actually put it there. You need it up here. And then we're going to go to the settings so that we can customize it. It says action when button is clicked. So this time we actually wanted to download a file. And this is where you'd upload the file for your freebie. I'll just use one of these files here. That's a PDF. And click insert. Let's align it to the left. And here you can actually play around with the button. It can be fluid, or you can fill the entire width, but that's too big, so we'll just leave it fluid. You can change the padding so that it's not as tall. And the button text, I'll change mine to say, download your free guide. This button actually has an area for subtext, but we won't use that, so we'll delete that there. Just remember that your buttons should suggest an action, which is why mine says to download your free guide. You can change the button color. So I'll use my bright orange so that they can see it. They definitely can't miss it. And I'll change the border color to my yellow, so they most certainly can't miss the button. And then you'll see some other options of different things you can do. If you want it to move, if they hover over it, you see button style, if you want it to float. And then this is where it's important as well. You want to make sure it's visible both on the desktop and the mobile versions. Okay, now you can also tease your offer. This keeps them engaged with your content. So this is what you do here where it says what to expect next. You can put that information there to tease your offer, or you can put something as simple as, I've also sent this to your email, check your inbox. So I'll put that. Now we're actually going to need some space in between here. So let's put a margin there. There you go. That's much better. And of course, you're also going to make sure that that's in your font. And we're going to delete this section here. But as you notice, there's actually a button here. So if you wanted to move this button here, instead of adding that one, you could have just moved it up. And as you can see, there are also some arrows here that lets you move the button. But we'll delete it because we already have our button there. So next we scroll down to see if there are any other elements we need to remove. So in this section here, I would delete these elements because I don't need them. But in this section here, you could actually put your social media icons if you wanted them to be able to contact you on social media for more information. So you click on settings, and then this is where you'd replace the image. So let's say you wanted Instagram instead. So you put Instagram there, and then you'd put open URL and put the link for your Instagram account there. I would delete home, but you could probably leave the about section if you wanted to give them some more information about you and your services. You could put your logo here, some information about you here, or you could delete it all. Before we finish, you always have to remember to preview it to make sure it looks how you'd like it to look. So that's the desktop version. Then we're going to preview the mobile version. And once you're happy, you click Save and then Exit Page. We're almost done. Now let's make sure that everything is connected. There are two things we need to ensure are in place. So in the funnel list here, we have to make sure the pages are in the correct order. So the opt-in page is first, and then the thank you page is after. If for some reason they're out of order, you can just click on it and move it. That's how simple it is. But the opt-in page comes first, so let's just move this back to where it was before. The second thing we need to do is to double check your form settings. So we're going to go to the opt-in page, click on Edit Page. We're going to click on the button, go to the settings, and ensure that the action when the button is clicked says to submit form, and that it goes to the next step, which would be the thank you page. This way, when someone enters their name and their email, they'll automatically be directed to the thank you page where they can download your freebie. Now let's ensure that your funnel is live. So you're going to exit out to the funnel list, and you're going to go where it says status, and you're going to look for this green check mark. If the green check mark is not there, you click on the three dots here, and then you'd select activate from here. Mine is already active, so activate isn't an option. It says deactivate instead. Now we need to test your funnel to ensure that it's working. So what you do is that you go back into your funnel and you'd copy the link for the opt-in page. Paste the link into a new browser window. And there you go. That's your opt-in page. You type in your name, your email, and click Get My Free Guide. See, it automatically directed me to the thank you page. Then I click Download Your Free Guide. And there you go. That's my free guide. Now you're going to go back to system.io and you're going to go to the Customer Relation Management tab and click on Contacts. And you're going to look to ensure that the email address you entered is now listed as a new contact in this list. It will also show up here on your dashboard that you just got one new lead, and it will show you the email address here for the lead. It will also show you the source for the lead. But my email address is already registered in the system, so that's why it's not showing up as a new lead. Congratulations, you just built your first funnel in system.io. Here's what to do next. Copy your opt-in page URL from system.io. This is the link you'll share everywhere, on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, wherever your audience is. Test your funnel one more time with a friend. Ask them to opt in and let you know if they received the download. Make sure everything works smoothly. Start promoting your funnel. Add the link to your social media bios, mention it in your content, share it in your groups, wherever you're allowed. This is how you build your email list. Now here's the thing. Having a funnel is step one. Knowing how to drive traffic to that funnel and convert subscribers into buyers, that's step two. That's exactly what Digital Product Launch Formula teaches. It shows you the complete system, how to create your freebies, how to drive traffic, how to nurture your list, and how to launch your paid products. The free training is linked below. And if you need help building your funnel, I offer done-for-you system.io funnel setup services. Just email me at guidesdigitalproducts@gmail.com or DM me on Instagram. Next up, episode 7. We're setting up your welcome email sequence so new subscribers get automated emails from you. This is how you build relationships and warm people up to your paid offer. Don't miss it. See you in episode 7.